This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
Hey everybody, it is the After Party live on this Trivia Thursday. Ooh, that music is a little bit loud. Turning it down a little bit. Thank you for, oh, now I can't hear it at all. There you go. Thank you for being here, and thank you for waiting for me to get myself together and get on the show here. I did have a question which I wanted to address. I saw that question pop in. First of all, Wes, who again always has my back on this crowdfunded show. Huge, big heart. Love to you. Thank you so much. You're sitting all the way across the country from me in Florida and continue to support this show. And I just can't thank you enough. Mo asks a question. Can I please give a simple update on the kids? Last was someone got stitches on their knee and someone had a tailbone with an owie. How are they doing now? Well, thank you for asking. I'll tell you that this summer started off a little bit shaky with a couple of injuries. First, Jacob got a cold, and then as we're waiting in front of the high school to pick Julia up from drumline camp, I tell him, why don't you go out and exercise a little bit, jog around the front of the school. And he's got his tennis shoes on with his heel out of them, like pushing down on the back, and I didn't notice. So his shoes aren't on properly. He trips over the gravel and he tears a hole in his knee. We have to take him to the ER, and he gets 6 stitches in his knee. So he had basketball camp. He did his camps and did his exercising, still with the injury, and his stitches are out now and it's healing and he's doing very well. So thank you for asking. Then just about a week later, Julia fell off a horse out at the horseback riding barn, and she landed. It's a sandy area, so it's not like she landed on hard ground, but she landed kind of on her side tailbone area, and her back hurt for a week. Even now, if you hug her, she's just very stiff, but she's much better. She's gotten much better. She was in bed for 2 or 3 days, couldn't move at all. And now she's fine. So we started out the summer a little bit, injured in this house, and we seem to be picking up steam and everybody's doing well. So Mo, thank you for asking. Thank you for caring. Really sweet. And I appreciate it. Very nice. Doug throwing in $5. Doug, so sweet and kind, and thank you. And I really appreciate the contributions to the After Party Live. I should mention, and I'm so bad at mentioning because it's my most unfavorite part of doing this job on YouTube instead of doing it on the traditional radio, that we do have to tell you that I do have to tell you that it is a crowdfunded show. So you'll find the PayPal information, which is a good way to go because they take a little bit less than YouTube. Those, you can see the super chats and super stickers are open as well, and that is so appreciated. The PayPal information is in the show description, and it's also in the link at the top, the About tab of the After Party Live. So thank you for supporting the show. All right, it is Trivia Thursday. I have some geography on tap for you, and again, love to Doug, love to Wes. Thank you. But let's jump into it because I'm afraid we won't be able to get to everything if I don't start it. So let's do it. First of all, Zoom meetings. We saw a lot of these Zoom meetings during the pandemic, right? A lot of people connecting to work on Zoom, and thank goodness for it because we really needed that. And we still do. I don't know about you, but I'm still attending some meetings on Zoom. Some PTA meetings. Maybe you don't have time to run out, get to the school, but you can still attend the meeting while you're doing other things. Well, this Zoom executive, who you would think would be a proponent of Zoom, is calling in-office work mandate a success, even though he's not in the office. Oh, I don't know. It's the chief people officer at Zoom, who lives in Austin, Texas. He says a return to in-person office work has resulted in an increase of creativity for employees, other employees, not him. His name is Matthew Saxon, and because he lives in Austin, Texas, he's still remote. But he did this interview with Fortune magazine and talked about how great this in-office mandate was. The mandate applies to certain employees who live 50 miles or fewer from one of the company's 4 U.S. corporate offices: San Jose, Santa Barbara, Denver, or Kansas City, Kansas. Those, if you live within 50 miles of there and you work for Zoom, you have to come in 2 days a week. And he says this is great. Meanwhile, he lives in Austin, Texas, and he's apparently loving the work from home situation. He said, I think I can manage people at Zoom effectively while working fully remotely. Oh, really? You think that? Yet you're making everyone else come in? He said, I go into the office from time to time, obviously from my role, but the majority of the time, I'm home. It's a game changer when you're home. Not that you're not getting the job done, because I believe if you're not able to do the job, whether it's from home or from the office, then you shouldn't have the job. But if you're able to be productive, and in some cases more productive from home, then do it. There are jobs that you have to do in person. There are jobs that just cannot be done remotely. You got to go in. You're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're a paramedic, you're a police officer. Your job is an in-person kind of job. You're a waitress, right? You, I don't know, work at the front counter at Kaiser, whatever it is. Those jobs can't be done remotely. But if you can do it remotely, why wouldn't you want to save the commute, the exhaust, the pollution spouted off into the air? Why wouldn't you do that? I'm telling you. There's a USA Today survey done that found remote work remains very popular with office workers. When asked how many days they'd like to spend working in the office, the largest share of respondents said 36%, the largest share of respondents were 36%, said 0. That's how many days they'd like to go into the office, 0. 36% of respondents said we don't want to come in. 17% said they would actually prefer to work 5 days a week in the office. So, and still tech companies are facing a lot of pushback on this. I know a lot of people, when they are looking for work, they're only looking for jobs that are remote. So, I don't know, really nice that the guy from Zoom has such a great opinion when he's a remote worker sitting in his home office doing what he does. And we talk about this massive... Well, let's get to animals first. I wanted to show you this video. It doesn't have a story attached to it. It only has, there's only a video, but it was sent to me by Lori, and I thought I just start this segment perhaps on the After Party Live where I just run a video someone sends me, even though it's not associated with a scientific study or a story or anything else. Its only purpose in life is that it's extra super cute. So let's take a look at this yoga video. You see his little tongue? Yeah. Here he is. This is a cute little doggy at yoga. Look at the tongue. Oh, that's so relaxing. Thank you to Lori for our feel-good video of the day. And speaking of animals, this creature, this beautiful kangaroo, has been hopping around Germany for quite a while. Apparently, finally captured after a year and a half on the loose in Germany. You wouldn't think maybe that a German habitat would be the best for a kangaroo, but this kangaroo did quite well. He escaped his owner's property in Germany on New Year's Eve, and his name is Skippy, Skippy the kangaroo. Remember the song? He gets out on the night of New Year's Eve, and he's spotted all over the place, but he eludes capture. It's not a year and a half. I thought it was a year and a half. Well, it says half a year. Okay, it's 6 months. So 6 months he's hopping around Germany. Despite being spotted multiple times, they just can't catch him. Last week, finally, a resident about 50 miles away from where the kangaroo belongs, Skippy, sees him and gets him. So Skippy is being temporarily housed in his rescuer's horse pen until his owner can actually bring him home. So finally, after 6 months, Skippy the bush kangaroo is back where he goes. Did you guys ever hear that song? Skippy, Skippy, Skippy the bush kangaroo. I think it's from a, oh, sorry for the singing. I think it's from a cartoon, an Australian cartoon. Anyway, Skippy is back home where he goes, then safe and sound, and all is well with the skipster. Here's an interesting looking sight. Look at that. Yeah, it's an air taxi. It kind of looks drone-ish, doesn't it? It isn't. It is a new air taxi, hydrogen powered air taxi, and it's being tested by Joby Aviation. They think this air taxi could be zooming travelers between Nashville to New Orleans, Boston to Baltimore. And so they tested it out. It flew 523 miles. It emitted only water vapor. And it did the whole vertical liftoff, right? So, I mean, the Jetsons kind of situation, it leaves only a trail of water vapor. You can see there how it's got the water vapor trail coming out toward the front. And it's being described as this more environmentally friendly alternative to traditional gas-powered jets for mid-range regional travel. So they don't know yet the hydrogen power's long-term viability. Though they say this test flight that they did proves that it is possible to retrofit existing electric-powered aircraft with hydrogen fuel cells to effectively extend their range. And Joby, Joby, is one of several companies trying to create an air taxi service with vertical takeoff and landing, VTOL, they call it, VTOL, VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. Up until now, they've been really focusing on the battery-powered aircraft and looking at about a range of 100 miles. So you live 100 miles from usually the airport, they'll come get you with their VTOL, right? But this new test flight, they took a pre-production prototype of one of their battery electric aircraft, and they set it up with a liquid hydrogen fuel tank and fuel system. And the modified VTOL was able to complete this 523-mile flight above Marina, California, with no in-flight emissions. And when it landed, it still had 10% of its remaining hydrogen fuel load. Again, 523 miles. Marina's in the Monterey area, right? That happened in the, I'll call it the Bay Area. Yeah, happened in Northern California. So it's cool. They said in a press release traveling by air is central to human progress, but they say we need to find ways to make it cleaner. With our battery electric air taxi set to fundamentally change the way we move around cities, they say we're excited to be building a technology stack that could redefine regional travel for hydrogen electric aircraft. So interesting. The thought is that this hydrogen power, and okay, so we're going electric vehicle in the United States, for the most part, especially in California. But other parts of the world are looking at hydrogen fuel cell technology. And their focus is that instead of electric cars and trucks and buses and such. Maybe we're getting it wrong. Maybe we should be looking at hydrogen power instead. There are some people that I've spoken with that have hydrogen fuel cell cars. The problem is the infrastructure isn't set up, so you really have to live near a place that has a hydrogen fuel cell station. But if you don't, and there aren't very many of them, then it's not a viable option right now. Maybe we're looking at maybe we're veering toward the wrong type of technology. Well, according to Popular Science, hydrogen has previously been explored as a potential alternative fuel source in cars, trucks, even super yachts, with varying degrees of success. What they say is the system works by using hydrogen to create a chemical reaction that can charge the aircraft or vehicle's fuel cells right in mid-flight. That generated energy can be used to power the motor and spin the propellers, all with net zero emissions generated during the flight. The people that are behind this technology think it could help reduce CO2 emissions in the overall transportation sector. So, globally they say aircraft accounted for about 2% of global CO2 emissions in 2022, but because air travel is picking up after the pandemic, they think that number is going to increase. I don't know. I kind of think maybe we're putting our eggs in the wrong basket, because you hear about the pollution caused by the batteries, the mining for the lithium batteries that go into the, and maybe I'm getting that wrong, but the batteries that go into the electric vehicles, and then they can't, apparently, I understand, but correct me if I'm wrong, can't be recycled, right? So there's problems with getting the material. There's problems with the flammability, should we say, of the material. There's problems with getting rid of it. They don't last, more than 10, 12 years-ish. So I don't know. I don't know if we're doing it right. I mean, we've got to get away from fossil fuels, but I kind of like this idea of hydrogen fuel cell technology. Lotto of the day. You guys ready for it? Oh, before we go to Lotto of the day, I'm going to go back and see what you guys had to say about that, because I did make a lot of comments there. We should be working on all methods, says Teacher Lori, and putting in infrastructures to support. Agree. Absolutely. Yes. Is my voice raggedy? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a little raggedy. I don't know. Sorry about that. John says hydrogen takes energy to make. More energy than it takes to make batteries? Is it a better process? I have questions. Maybe we should get an expert on the show. I don't know. What constitutes a mid-range? According to that story, not more than 100 miles from the airport is kind of a mid-range flight, is what they're thinking. And usually other companies I've seen say 50 miles from the airport. Yeah. Yes, there is still trivia on Thursday. We'll get to it in just a bit. Thank you for asking. We're doing geography. Very exciting. Yeah. I don't know about a beautiful singing voice, Doug, but thank you for that. I appreciate it. For your voice, you need a megaphone for Mother's Day next year. I think, Mama, you should probably just record your voice on there's an app on your phone, a little memo recording, and you can say the same things that we say all the time, like, no, you can't play that video game. Please go read a book. You can, if you're bored, you can color. Yes, you can have an apple from the kitchen table, but not an ice cream. Like, things that we always say. Save your voice a little bit, right? Yeah. Clark. Hi, Clark. Clark, I was thinking about you because I've been watching your show on YouTube. This is Clark Reed, and he is my former coworker at KGO Radio and at the Traffic Factory. So I've worked with him twice. And he says, in two different places, and he's got this great show on YouTube about technology. And I was thinking, Clark, maybe I don't know if you're too busy, but maybe we need to sign you up to do a weekly segment here as well. But please go check out his show on YouTube after this show and give it a little like. It's about, 5-10 minutes, and he talks about the tech stories of the day, and he's so good. Clark says Mercedes-Benz had a fleet of 100 cars running metal hydride, hydrogen cars, back in the 80s. The issue then was that they couldn't get over 150 miles without a refill. Well, if this little VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing thing, can go 523 miles. Maybe they solved it, Clark. I don't know. Good to see your picture there in your face. Yay. He does have a golden radio voice, Dave. I absolutely agree. Yes. Clark, woohoo, we need you. So nice to see you, Clark. I'm glad you're here. Okay, let's talk about this story, this Lotto of the day. I'm telling you guys, some people have all the luck. This lady's from Maryland. And she never played the lottery before. I know Rev is going to be really upset about this story. He keeps trying and he keeps losing. This Maryland woman decided to try something new. She was on a night out with her friends, and she won $31,233 by deciding to play the Maryland Lottery's Racetracks visual horse racing game. She's from Silver Spring, and she was out with her buddies at the town center market in Riverdale when she decided to try this game for the first time. She said, I wanted to try something different. So I went to the machine, she said, and I played Racetracks. She put down a $6 trifecta bet for the horses, numbers 12, 10, and 11, to place in that order. She ended up missing her races while hanging out with her buddies. Her friends tell her, hey, you should go back and check your ticket. So she goes to the scanner and she's shocked when she sees the amount because she said, I've never won that amount of money ever. It's a $31,233 winner. So how does she celebrate? She buys her buddies a round of drinks. She said her winnings will go toward home improvement projects and her son's college tuition. So looks like that came exactly when they needed it. We talk for a moment about Mars. It turns out, according to researchers, at one point, Mars was icy and wet billions of years ago. This is a new study published in Communications, Earth and Environment. They examined the data from soil samples gathered by NASA's Curiosity rover, and they compared them to similar soil on Earth. And what they found is that it was a cold, wet wasteland of a planet billions of years ago. The 100-mile wide crater called the Gale crater on Mars, where the Curiosity was formed by an asteroid impact 3.5 to 3.8 billion years ago. And that's why it was chosen as Curiosity's landing site, because of indications that it was at one time a lake. So the Curiosity gathers the samples, and they say they have very distinctive features. They contain silica, they're rich in iron but deficient in aluminum. It's called serpentitization, a geological process resulting in the conversion of various minerals into serpentinite. And it's further evidence that the crater was once filled with water. Interesting. What does that mean for us? What does that mean for other things out there? Yeah. All right, we're very close to trivia, but first, let's talk about this crocodile dinosaur. Kind of a cool picture. I love the recreations of this. A Triassic croc. They find it surprising. This crocodile relative is found in what were the deserts of present-day Nevada and were once covered with water, and were apparently home to this extinct crocodile relative. A team of scientists finding this newly discovered species in the Triassic era Favorite Formation of Nevada, and they say it changes the story of life along both coasts of the United States from back when dinosaurs roamed the earth. This species is called Bengwig-wishing-asucus ermicrominiis, or Fisherman's Croc Desert Song is the name of it. And you can find the study on it published in the journal Biology Letters from July 10th. It's an ancient relative of the crocodile, which apparently lived during the Middle Triassic period between 247 and 237 million years ago, when the Ichthyosaurus ruled the oceans. This ancient croc ruled the shores, occupying coastal habitats. Yeah. The study done by the director and curator of the Dinosaur Institute at the National History Museum, Los Angeles County, said millions of years ago, this area in Nevada, the Favorite Formation, was the eastern Panthalasan Ocean, rich now with fossils of seagoing creatures. This new extinct marine reptile, though, they said, was a bit of a surprise. Their first reaction? What the hell is this? According to the study co-author. She said, we were expecting to find things like marine reptiles. We couldn't understand how a terrestrial animal could end up so far out in the sea among the ichthyosaurs and ammonites. It wasn't until seeing the nearly completely prepared specimen in person that I was convinced it was really a terrestrial animal. How cool is that? Okay, one more dinosaur-related story for you. And this one is also an artistic rendering. And instead of being more like a crocodile, this one was more like an elephant. It is the most complete dinosaur fossil in a century, and it was discovered on the Isle of Wight. And this dinosaur is thought to have been a herding animal that weighed about the same as an African elephant. It was part of a group of dinosaurs described as the cows of the Cretaceous period. It's an herbivore, about as big as an American male bison, discovered on the Isle of Wight. The most complete dinosaur skeleton discovered in the UK in a century. They found 149 bones in total. It's called Compsognathus chasai, and it roamed southern England about 125 million years ago. The Isle of Wight became separated from the mainland about 7,000 years ago. So they think that this creature was kind of a sweet face, a docile face, was likely a herding animal. So maybe large herds of these heavy dinosaurs were thundering around. Yeah, interesting. The studies looked at by the University of Portsmouth, and it was discovered by a fossil hunter who died of cancer right before the pandemic. So this species is named after him. His name was Nick Chase. And so that's why they named it Compsognathus chasei. And there it is. Kind of cool. All right, are you guys ready for it? You know what? Before we do that, I do need to tell you about this one story because I made it the thumbnail of the show. So I should probably talk about it before we jump into the Thursday trivia, which I'm very excited about. This is a story about the largest bonfire. So check it out. They have to build it up. Let's take away this guy and share the screen with you. So they have to build it. They're building it up. And here's what it looks like. It's pretty massive. This is a big old pyre. It's in Northern Ireland. And they're going for the Guinness World Record of the tallest bonfire. 205-foot bonfire pyre breaks unofficially the world record. So again, 205 feet tall. The Craigie Hill Bonfire Committee in Larne, Ireland, said it was measured at 205 feet 6 inches by a land survey firm. The figures they've come up with, tall enough to take the Guinness World Record from the old one, which was 198 feet 11 inches in Austria. They're submitting this to the Guinness World Record. There was a daredevil who parachuted from the top of this structure, which was hailed as the world's first base jump from a bonfire pyre. It was built to be ignited on Thursday night to celebrate 11th night. That is the night before the glorious 12th, which is a traditional celebration marking the victory of Protestants over Catholics at the 1690 Battle of the Boyne in Ireland. So perhaps tonight is the night this thing is going to be torched. That's going to be quite a sight. Wow. All right. Today is Trivia Thursday. Whoop, whoop. And I know some people are waiting for it. So let's get right to it. We're starting with geography. All of the answers start with the letter G. Are you guys ready? All right. Number 1. Which British territory is known colloquially as the Rock? Which British territory is known as the Rock? And I'm not talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Which is called the Rock. I'm going to the chat. See what you guys have to say. Yep, you've got it right off the bat. Look at you. Lori's like, oh no, my worst subject. Well, it's not the only subject today. We'll have other ones. Gibraltar. That is correct, Uncle Jim. Liz had it as well. John throwing it down. Deidre. Yep. Teacher Lori. Yep. And Jim, I see you. Nice. Question number 2. What is the smallest country? Is it Liechtenstein? Is it Monaco? Or is it Vatican City? What is the smallest country? Different page. What do you think? It is indeed Vatican City. Vatican City. Yeah. I didn't see who had it first. Vatican. Deidre throwing with Vatican. Okay, good job. All right, we're back to the G's. Ready? Okay. Here it is. This Colorado city was named after the editor who coined the phrase, "Go west, young man." This Colorado city was named after the editor who coined the phrase, "Go west, young man." A city in Colorado. I know, I messed up. Sorry, Deidre. I'm back to the G's. Back to my original plan. It is Greeley, although it is spelled with a Y. Greeley. Not Greenly, but it is Greeley. Greeley is the right answer. Yeah. Greeley, Colorado. Next one. The Quetzal is the currency of what country? The most populous nation in Central America. The Quetzal. What do you think? It is not Grenada. No. It is not Brazil. It does start with a G. It is not Nicaragua. The Quetzal starts with a Q, is the currency of what country? The most populous nation in Central America. And Mama gets it. It is indeed Guatemala. That is correct. Number 4 also starts with a G. According to the Gospels, what region of what is now Israel was the home of Jesus for at least 30 years of his life? Also the place where he allegedly cured a blind man. Starts with a G. Galilee is the correct answer. Galilee. John gets it. Deidre gets it. Jim gets it. Galilee. That is correct. Galilee. All right. Next one on my list of G questions. Christopher Columbus was a native of what northern Italian city and seaport? Yeah. Christopher Columbus was a native of what northern Italian city and seaport? Yes, it is. You guys got it. Uncle Jim throwing it down. It's Genoa. Genoa. Nice. Yep. You guys are on fire with the G's. What Netherlands city is famous for its cheese, which usually comes with a yellow or red wax coating? And remember, it's the answers start with a G. What Netherlands city is famous for its cheese, which usually comes with a yellow or a red wax coating? Yeah. You guys, oh my God, you guys are so amazing. I love you guys. You're so smart. You're so much smarter than I am, is the truth. Sandy throwing down Gouda. That is the right answer. Gouda, says Linda. Goslow. Nice try. Gouda, says Deidre. Gouda. Yeah. Gouda. I'll take it all. It was a good try by Lori. Yeah. All right. Next one. Situated on the River Clyde, this is Scotland's largest city. Situated on the River Clyde, this is Scotland's largest city. I would love to go here. That is exactly right, Uncle Jim. Glasgow. Harry says Glasgow. Jim. Deidre. Yeah. Glasgow. Everyone got it. Okay, good. All right, next one. What Polish city is famous worldwide as the birthplace of the Solidarity movement under the leadership of Lech Walesa? It's a Polish city famous worldwide as the birthplace of the Solidarity movement under the leadership of Lech Walesa. This one's hard to pronounce, but yeah, Uncle Jim got it. Gdansk. Is that how you say it? That's how I've always said it. It's Gdansk. All the answers start with G. It is Gdansk. Gdansk. Yeah, good job. Okay, next one. The largest number of casualties in the American Civil War occurred during what battle? That's kind of less geography, but still a G answer. The largest number of casualties in the American Civil War occurred during what battle? I've actually been here. Indeed. You guys were quick on the uptake with this one. Yeah, Gettysburg. John gets it. Jim gets it. Another John gets it. Slade and Watson. Deidre, yep. Uncle Jim, Justin, Lady, the Lady Beatrice, Harry throwing it down, Sandy throwing it down, Teacher Lori's got it, Mama's got it. Good job. What capital of Jalisco and second largest city in Mexico is also famous for its mariachi festival? I want to go there. Which capital of Jalisco and second largest city in Mexico is also famous for its mariachi festival? Yeah, Guadalajara is the right answer. It's Guadalajara. Justin throwing it down as well. Sometimes I don't scroll back enough to see who got it first. Guadalajara, yes. Guadalajara and Guadalajara. Wonderful. Where did your parents grow up, Heather? Near Guadalajara? Or Gdansk? I don't know. You'll have to fill me in. Okay. Oh, near Guadalajara? Or you're answering the question? I don't know. You have to set me straight. Okay. What Swiss city is the seat of the European headquarters of the United Nations? What Swiss city is the seat of the European headquarters of the United Nations? Yeah, it's absolutely Geneva. Deidre slapping it down. Sandy gets it as well. Justin throwing it in. John Watson, Liz, Lady, Colors of the Wind, which makes me want to sing the song, and Geneva with viewfinders. Good job. Uh-oh. Did I lose my place? Oh, man. Okay, give me a minute. Good job on that one, you guys. I really think you're amazing. So, hold on. Let me see if I can't get myself back together over here. Okay. Thank goodness for books that think to put the page of the questions on the page of the answers, right? Okay, next one. Last one for the G answers. What capital of Guyana has the nickname Garden City of the Caribbean? What capital of Guyana has the nickname Garden City of the Caribbean? A song from Mama. Guadalajara, Guadalajara, tienes el alma de provinciana, hueles a limpia rosa temprana. I can say it, but I don't know what it means. Guadalajara, Guadalajara, you have something province and a rosy song, a pink song. I don't know. You have to translate it for me. I don't know what it means. Nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. Okay, I'll say it one more time. The capital of Guyana with the nickname Garden City of the Caribbean. And the answer is Georgetown. Okay, some more questions for you. What is the largest country in square miles? Is it China? Is it Russia? Or is it Canada? Blame Canada. What is the largest country in square miles? Do we have a Russia? Do we have a China? Or do we have a Canada? A lot of people saying Russia. Russia, 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 Russia. The answer is Russia. Nearly twice as big as Canada, which is the next largest. What continent has the highest mountain? What continent has the highest mountain? Teacher Lori likes the song. Knows the song. Doesn't know why she knows the song. The answer to which country has the... Let's say it exactly like they said it. Which continent has the highest mountain is... Bum, bum, bum. Asia, with Mount Everest at 29,035 feet. And you guys got it. Asia, 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 Asia. Yep. Look at you guys go. I'm super impressed. Yeah. Next question. You ready for it? What country has the largest population? What country? They say what country has the largest population, and then the answers are Africa, Europe, or Asia. So what I think they meant to say is what continent has the largest population? Africa, Europe, or Asia? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Asia. I don't know who got it first because I don't know it was the same answer as the last time, but I'll just say yes, everyone gets it. And here's the answer. Asia with 3.6 billion people. Asia with 3.6 billion people as to when this book was published. All right. What country has the most billionaires? Is it Japan, the United States, or Germany? What country has the most billionaires? Yeah, you guys are right. It is the United States. The United States has the most billionaires, which I guess is good for us. I don't know. I'd like that wealth to be spread around a little bit, but we do have the most billionaires. And the answer is the United States with 269 billionaires, according to when this book was published. And it might be a little old because it was first printed in 2007. So maybe we have more billionaires by now. The next question is, what is the largest continent in square miles? North America, Asia, or Africa? What is the largest continent in square miles? Is it North America? Is it Asia? Or is it Africa? See what you guys get. I got an Asia. I got an Africa. I got an Africa. I got an Asia. I got an Africa. Africa. The correct answer is Asia at 17.2 million square miles. 17.2 million square miles. What is the largest ocean? I'll give you three choices. The Atlantic, the Pacific, or the Indian. It's the largest ocean. Atlantic, Pacific, or the Indian? See who gets it. Pacific, says Uncle Jim. Pacific, Pacific. I got a lot of Pacifics. And the answer is indeed the Pacific Ocean at 64 million square miles. Next one. What is the biggest lake? You ready for the three multiple choice questions for you? What is the biggest lake? Is it Victoria? Is it Lake Superior? Or the Caspian Sea? Victoria, Superior, or Caspian Sea? What, my friends, is the biggest lake? We got a Victoria. We got a Victoria. Oh, I don't know why you got booted out. I'm so sorry. You got it right, though. Victoria, Victoria. Ontario is not an option. Caspian, Victoria, Superior. Okay, we got a lot of different answers here. The answer would be Caspian. Uncle Jim gets it. The Caspian Sea at 143,244 square miles. Yeah, that's right. What continent has the most countries? Europe, Asia, or Africa? What continent has the most countries? Europe, Asia, or Africa? Got a lot of Africas. Africa, 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 Africa. That is correct. You guys got it right. The answer is Africa with 53 countries. 53. That's a lot of countries. Maud slapping down $25, honey for honey. Oh, Maud, you're so awesome. I appreciate it. And I love that smile in your picture. Really sweet. Thank you very much for the contribution to the after party. Keeping the trivia alive. We can all thank Maud for that one. All right. Let's go for it. Next question is what has the largest desert? Think big desert. Africa or the Middle East? What do you think? Africa or the Middle East? I'm going to say that the answers at 2:03 are regarding this question. And it is indeed Africa. Africa, Africa, Africa. And you guys all got it. And the answer is Africa's Sahara measures 3,500,000 square miles. So it is Africa, the Sahara Desert, with the largest mass there, the largest area. Which ocean contains the deepest point? Which ocean contains the deepest point? You guys are too smart for me to give you the options, so I'm going to let you guess it on your own. Which ocean has the deepest point? Justin's like, dude, that's a lot of sand. Yeah, it is a lot of sand. And yes, it is the Pacific. The Pacific Ocean has the Marianas Trench, which is 35,827 feet deep. I don't know how they know that. Okay. Oh, hi, Jacob. You want to play the last trivia question with me?
Sure.
Okay, the last one is, and you can't look. You can't look at the answer. Where is the lowest point on land? Is it in the Middle East? Is it in California? Or is it in Africa? The lowest point on land. The highest point would be like a mountain. The lowest point would be in some type of probably like a valley or something. Where is the lowest point on land?
Can't be Africa.
Is it in the Middle East, California, or Africa?
California.
You are in... Oh, what's the dog doing?
Wait, no, I changed my answer to Africa.
You can't change your answer. You can't do it. The answer is the Dead Sea in the Middle East between Israel and Jordan is 1,369 feet below sea level. And who got it here in the chat? Yeah, it is California. Heather got it. Middle East. Yeah, it is in the Middle East.
Good job, guys.
Good job, everybody. Jacob is supporting you all. It is in the Middle East. Yeah. So very cool. He is kind. He's a sweetheart. All right. That is well, you know what? We've only been on for 48 minutes. So I think I can throw in, although Jacob left my door open, so you'll hear noises. Jacob left the door open, and I wish they would come back and close it, but that's all right. Let's do just a couple more, just to throw in a few. Now people are yelling at the dog. This is turning into quite the afternoon. In what country is the only remaining wonder of the original 7 wonders of the world? In what country is the only remaining wonder of the original 7 wonders of the world? It's not a multiple choice question, although I would say we got used to multiple choice there, didn't we? Yes, we did. Let's see if you guys have it. You guys are so good. So good. Look at you. Yes. Egypt. Uncle Jim says Egypt. Deidre says Egypt. Watson says Egypt. Jim says Greece. Sandy says Egypt. The correct answer is... Jake, could you close the door unless you want to play the trivia?
Sure.
In which case, still close the door and come in. Thank you, sir. The answer is indeed Egypt, the Great Pyramid. So this is a question about where things are in the world, all right?
Okay.
When completed, it will be, don't look at my book. When completed, it will be 72 times larger in volume than the world's second largest dam. Where is the largest dam under construction? Now remember, this book was written in 2007. So it could be a dam that is off and running by now. Where is the world's largest dam? It is in China. Yeah, Deidre gets it. John Watson gets it. Jim didn't know, but that's okay because you knew a lot of the other answers. It is in China. As a matter of fact, it's the Three Gorges Dam in China. Next question. The first and foremost important NASCAR race every year is staged in which Florida city? Stop it. Don't look.
I can't see it.
The first and most important NASCAR race each year is staged in which Florida city? It's Daytona. Who else gets it? Daytona. Yeah.
I have no idea.
You have no idea? Yeah. Daytona. We don't watch a lot of NASCAR at the house.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody. The next one is...
No, I'm right here.
You look like you're trying to peer over my shoulder. There's no cheating
I know,
in
I
trivia.
know.
There's no cheating. The highest waterfall is in what country? The highest waterfall is in
Nevada
what
Falls?
country?
Nevada?
Where? What country? Not state.
Okay. I don't know where Niagara Falls is. Where's Niagara Falls?
That's partially in America and partially in Canada. That's not the right answer. But my friend Walter
Philippines.
does have the right answer. It is in Venezuela, and it's called Angel Falls. Yeah, good knowledge, Walter. Well done. Okay, I have one more for you. In what country will you find the deepest lake? It's filled with 1/5 of the world's non-frozen fresh water. In what country will you find the deepest lake? In what country will you find the deepest lake?
Japan. Is Japan a country?
Is Japan a country?
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not the answer here. The answer is Russia, and the lake is Lake Baikal. So let's see who had it. Oh, you guys are so good. Look at
Russia is the
Russia.
biggest state in
Russia.
landmass.
Russia. Way to go. Russia it is. Russia. Okay. Way to go, you guys. And that is trivia here on... Oops, I took myself off. That is Trivia Thursday here on the After Party Live. So huge thank you to everyone for playing along and for being part of it all. Really, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Jacob says bye. We don't stick your tongue out at my friends. That's not cool. Yeah, okay. So thanks to Jacob for being here. Thanks to everyone for being here. Okay, now behave for just a moment. I'm glad you had fun. Teacher Lori says Jacob needs summer school. He does. Well, he was in basketball camp today, so he did have that. So there. All right. Would you have to comment?
Fun fact, did you know that Russia is the biggest state with landmass?
Is the biggest what?
It has the most landmass.
How did you know that?
Stack the states. My mom makes me do it for 45 minutes each day.
Okay. Yes, we did know that. As a matter of fact, we've already covered this today.
know.
All right. Thank you.
I didn't know.
Take this somewhere else.
I will.
iPads. This is what happens during summer vacation, you guys. Here. Okay. Huge thank you to Wes, to Doug, to Harry, who came in with saying kids are not indestructible no matter what they say. That is very true. Thank you so much, Harry, for that and for the $5. And thank you to Maud as well, honey for honey. You guys are so nice. And thank you to everyone for playing along with trivia. Thanks to Clark Reed for the cameo today as well. I will see you tomorrow. We have some great things ahead. The Nikki Maduro show is going to be a really good one. Mark Thompson with Friday Fabulous Florida, which I look forward to every week. Michael Schur, Michael Snyder. And then here on the After Party Live, movie reviews with Tim Sika. So huge thank you to you guys for being here. Glad that you think he sounds like me? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. He needs to go to clown school. I'll tell you, I don't think he needs clown school. I think it's kind of like a natural thing for him. I don't know. All right. Thank you. Oh, and Teacher Lori says, Jacob, love your music. He would have loved to hear that. So thank you. Maybe I'll have him do a song for this show. That'd be kind of a good idea, huh? All right. I won't keep you guys, but thank you so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Please join me on the YouTube for Friday, and we'll have a bunch of fun together then as well. But until then, make it a really good day. Bye-bye.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.
Heather has sent us a square rectangle. Nice.